Are you thinking about moving to Irmo, South Carolina and considering the Ascot neighborhood? I've lived in Ascot for 10 years, and in this video, I'm going to tell you everything about the neighborhood, the HOA and inclusions, about the location, the schools, and I'm going to show you inside homes throughout the 9 sections in the neighborhood to give you an idea of what you get for the money. So let's get started. First, let's talk about location. I love this area of Irmo because I feel like I'm central to everything in the Midlands of South Carolina. So I grew up in Lexington, and I actually am in the Lexington Coldwell Banker office by Lake Murray. And so it's a really easy drive for me, about 15, 20 minutes in the morning, really very little traffic through the town of Irmo, over the dam and into Lexington. And it's really beautiful in the morning too, and in the evenings going home. But if I need to be downtown, I'm really quick to 26 to get downtown, and also the Northeast Columbia area. So I feel very central. One of the reasons we moved to Ascot was for the schools. My background's in education. I did that for a decade before now doing real estate for more than a decade. But I love what they're doing in Lexington, Richland 5. I really appreciate Dutch Fork High School and wanted our kids to attend Dutch Fork High School. First, starting off in primary grades, they're at a charter school in West Columbia called East Point Academy. And now my oldest is a freshman at Dutch Fork, and we love it. So for us, getting our kids, our two younger ones, to West Columbia for the charter school in the morning, very easy 15, 20-minute drive that way as well. And on Sundays, you can get downtown for brunch, really easy, quick drive, very little traffic. So I love the location. Let's talk a little bit about the different homes in the neighborhood. So this is a home that we actually listed and helped a buyer purchase in Ascot Downs. This home's actually right behind where I live. In the 600s, very nice house. What was unique about this home is that it was almost all on one level. A couple of bedrooms on the main level, 2 bedrooms up, and kind of a little bonus room, but a really good value in the 600s. In this section of the neighborhood. And there are 9 sections total in the neighborhood. We've got Ascot Estates, the Ridge, Ascot Ridge Courtyards, the Glenn, Place, Woods, Downs, and a different separate courtyard section. Last year, there were 16 sales. So that's 2025. I'm showing you those sales. So you really get a good idea of the price point and cost in the neighborhood. And this one closed for $660,000. As far as the HOA, it's $1,200 a year. You do get a lot for your money. So they've got a clubhouse that was just recently remodeled. You can rent that clubhouse for private events, a junior Olympic pool, a playground that was just replaced a couple of years ago. I would say maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. But my kids really appreciate that. You do have walking sidewalks on both sides of the streets, which I love. And it's a very established neighborhood. This was one of the premier neighborhoods that was developed in the 90s. Of course, it's still, people are still building in the neighborhood. There's very few lots. And you've got the original developer is a local builder, Mungo Solverin, who has now gone national, which, just about every builder is under some umbrella of a large company. But they're still building in there, and they build really good, high-quality homes. But the neighborhood's a mix of the Mungo Solverin type home and also custom homes as well. So let's take another look at another home. Now, this is in the Estates. I live in the Estates and love it. The difference in the sections is really in the Estates, you're going to see the bigger homes, the bigger lots. And I love this street, Canterwood, because it's really private. I live on Steeple Ridge Road in the Estates, and so I do get a lot of through traffic. On streets like Canterwood, Laurent, you're really a little bit more private, and you're back in a cul-de-sac here. So really, it's like if you're back here, you belong here, or you live here. You can see kind of the look of the houses. Now they range. I would say there are some homes in the 3,000 square foot range in the Estates, but a majority of these are 4, 5, 6, 7,000 square feet. There's even a couple of homes that are 10, 12,000 square feet. And the price point, this was a really good quality home, but in need of some updates. And it sold in the upper 7s at the end of last year. But a really, really great quality. And that's one thing that draws a lot of people to Ascot is when these homes were built, they were built differently from the way they're developing neighborhoods now. Not to say anything bad about the builders, but everyone has kind of moved more towards a tract style, express building style type of home. And there's fewer neighborhoods here in the Midlands where builders are doing this quality of work, this kind of custom or semi-custom. So that home in particular was 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 4 full baths, and 1 half baths. We've got another one here that we actually listed and helped the buyer. That's one thing we do. We do both sides in there, helping people sell and buy. And because I live in the neighborhood, I get a lot of people that reach out to me and say, hey, we're looking for a home. Let me know what you have coming. And this was actually that scenario. They had a home in Columbia to sell, but they wanted to make the transition easy. We kept them posted on listings, and this one really caught their eye. Now, this one has a pool too, and you can see we're 3,300 square feet, 5 bedroom, 4 full baths, and it sold for 670,000. Now, that's a great price, but it was 198.46 a square foot, which is actually pretty great for the market in Ascot and in the place. But you can see beautiful pool. You look at this home, and if you were to go to Lexington, where I grew up, this home would be at least another 200,000, if not more. So you really get a lot for your money over in Ascot. You can see this home. I know there had some textured painting and some wallpaper. They're taking all that down, painting, doing some renovations. And I would say when they're done with it, this home will probably be somewhere around an $850,000 home in this current market with the renovations and the changes that they're making. Let's take a look at the next home. We've got one in Ascot Ridge, and this was actually one of my favorite homes that I've sold in the neighborhood. I love what they did to the backyard, and I'll show you. 875,000, 4,700 square feet, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath with a pool. And, this one had a 3-car garage, a beautiful private lot. And they actually added this back. You can see where the roof line changes, this back outdoor area where they said they spent most of their time. And I believe it. We'll get in here pretty quick on the pictures, but a really nice pool. I like that 0 entry, but there it is. So this was an addition, had an outdoor kitchen, completely screened with a fireplace. And really this was fantastic. You could open these doors into the kitchen, and I would have been out there most of the time as well. But you can see all brick construction, very high quality, really, really well-built home. And this home was built in 2003. Next, we're going to look at a home in Ascot Glenn. This one is 5 bedrooms, 5 full baths, 2 part baths, a lot of bathrooms, 59 square feet, was listed at 925,000. And you can see a very nice quality, all brick. And while there's a lot of similarities in the quality of the homes in Ascot, what I love about the neighborhood is it's not cookie cutter. There are significant differences, and you can never find 2 homes that look alike side by side, or even standing in the front yard. Nothing around you is going to look the same in most of these sections. I'd say the one exception is in Ascot Woods, the newer section, where there are some more similarities. It's the most recent built section of the neighborhood, and I'll show you that now. Let's go over to we'll skip one here. We'll go to Ascot Woods. So this section of the neighborhood was the most recent built, and really the last section of the neighborhood. Although there are still homes being built and some lots available, the neighborhood's almost 100% occupied. Now, this was a Mungo Sovereign build. They're newer type home. These are larger homes. This one was built in 2020, and you can see more modern finishes and features, and built like many of the Mungo Sovereign homes built across the inlands. Now, Mungo does a really great job, and I've sold a lot of their homes, especially in the upper end neighborhoods. There's a neighborhood in Lexington, Kingston Harbor with lake access that was a Mungo Sovereign neighborhood almost exclusively, except for a few custom builds, and they really have sold well. This home there with lake access could be upwards of $1 million. So really good price point, really good value for your money. And it's located near one of the 3 exits of the neighborhood, 5 bedroom, 4 bath, right under 4,000 square feet. Now, the last home I'll show you is in the Ascot Ridge Courtyards. 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,800 square feet, listed for 500,000. And there's two courtyard sections. Both are pretty similar. This one's attached to the ridge. And there's not a whole lot of 55 and up communities in the Midlands of South Carolina. So that's what is typically what you find in this area. People who want to downsize, but really want luxury, high end finishes. They still want room for family to visit. That's what you'll find here. Small courtyard homes, very small backyards. Some vary. I just looked at one recently that had a really nice covered area, a little bit larger, but very high quality construction and very nice builds. I hope the information in this video helped. If you're thinking about moving to Irmo, South Carolina, or anywhere in the Midlands at any price point, it may seem weird to call somebody you watch on YouTube, but people do it all the time, and I'm happy to help.